and welcome to a special 101 class. Today it's all about the Spider-Man mini-series or the Spider-Man comic event called Spider Island. So sit down, stick around, and as always, enjoy. So for those of you that are unfamiliar with Spider Island, it's a 6-part mini-series, and it actually both goes over in an epilogue and a prologue, so it's like 8 comics for Amazing Spider-Man. Also goes over into Venom and other series as well. What it's all about, it's kind of interesting because it bridges a lot of gaps. And it brings up some good feelings in me, and it also brings up some bad feelings in me. And I'll tell you why. Basically, the story revolves around the city of New York. Everybody is suddenly turning up with spider powers. Everybody can swing webs and, has spider strength and all that. And the more that the story progresses, you learn that the people that have all these spider powers are actually all turning into spiders later on, kind of like monstrosities. So, what starts off, very cool for New Yorkers, ends up being something totally fucked up. Now, so that's basically what happens, and then Spider-Man has to save the day, as usual. A lot of moving parts in the storyline, and these are the main points that you're going to get out of it. The infection happens. Even Spider-Man's girlfriend has spider powers now, Carly Cooper. She's swinging webs and shit. Really weird. J. Jonah Jameson has powers too. Everybody has powers, but y'all become grotesque spider things in the end. Who's behind all this? None other than Miles Warren, the Jackal. Oh, the Jackal. Now, everyone out there knows how much I love the Jackal. Because the Jackal, for those of you who don't remember and haven't watched, my Spider-Man Clone Saga 101, the Jackal is the man that creates the spider clones. Thank you, Jackal. He's the reason why we got the Scarlet-Spider. And he pretty much single-handedly killed Marvel Comics in the 90s. So, the Jackal is in the storyline. He's the one who's behind all this spider mutation stuff. So you're thinking to yourself, fuck, the Jackal's there. Hopefully it won't lead into the clone or anything to do with clones. But where there's a Jackal, there's always clones. What we don't know is the Jackal is actually working for the Spider Queen. And as the story progresses, we learn a whole bunch of stuff. And one of the things that we learn is that the Jackal has basically 2 sidekicks, which are pretty much spider monstroids. I don't know really what to call them. And one of them is Captain America, that's been mutated, and the other one is Kane. Do you remember Kane? Kane was a Spider-Man clone. Oh, love it. We're getting clones again. So, in the end of the story, you'll see what I think all this means. But so we have a spider grotesque version of Captain America and Kane, and then everybody in the city has spider powers. They all start mutating to these weird creatures. Spider Queen's controlling them. The Avengers are there. The Fantastic Four, aka Future Foundation, are there. Also, we have the X-Men helping out. Everybody's battling all these spider guys. The whole friggin' thing is just a huge, really battle. But all it basically is it's a few key points happen during this big battle. And they call it Spider Island because basically they quarantine Manhattan because they don't want any infection to get out. So they quarantine Manhattan, hence Spider Island. The things you need to know about it, or the key points that happen during this, to me it's just a big diversion in order to deliver some strong or some key plot points. And one of the things that happens is that we learn that the only cure for it, is actually anti-venom. Anti-venom is a cure, because anti-venom can basically take out any mutations or stuff out of people, right? That's what he does, he can cure people. So, it turns out that anti-venom will play a huge role in this, because he's actually the cure to all these problems. Neat thing is that the current Venom, which is Flash Thompson, he will battle anti-venom at one point, which is kind of neat to see the two battle. The thing that was cool about all this is that Anti-Venom, in order to save the city, in order to save everyone, he had to give up all of his Anti-Venom bodies so that they could make enough little inoculations to get everybody back to normal. So yes, finally, Anti-Venom has been separated. The Anti-Venom symbiote, whatever you want to call it, has been removed from Eddie Brock. Perfect. Phase 1 of what I want to see happen has finally happened. Actually, Phase 2 has happened. Phase 1, because I'm not going to go off on a tandem here, but everybody knows that I want to see Venom return. Venom, Eddie Brock Venom. And Phase 1 was having the symbiote removed from Matt Gargan. That's already happened, because now it's with Flash Thompson. So that could, they could split up anytime, relationship's not really stable, they don't share the same values. But now that Eddie Brock has removed his Anti-Venom symbiote, maybe we'll actually see it happen. So I was happy with that part. Another stuff that happens is that as all these battles ensue and everybody starts mutating and all that stuff happens, something interesting that happens as well is that, or another key point I should say to the whole Spider Island thing, is that because Peter Parker with Spider powers himself basically is unmasked and tells everybody, hey everybody, you've all got Spider powers, join in with me here, basically saying I just got the Spider powers now, I'm infected too type thing, and help me battle all these bad villains that have Spider powers too. By doing that, apparently it's a cheap cop-out by Marvel to have Doctor Strange say, oh fuck, you know what, you revealed yourself again, so now people can find out once again that you in fact are Spider-Man. Sorry, that's the cop-out. So this whole brand new day, one more day, all that garbage basically was all for naught. So, I'm not even going to start back. If you want to see what I thought about Brand New Day and One More Day, you can watch my other videos. I'm not even going to go there. I don't want this to turn to a big rant. So that key point is established. Now people can learn Spider-Man is Spider-Man once again. And who learns? Well, Spider-Man's girlfriend, Carly Cooper, learns that he is Spider-Man. So what does she do? She gets pissed off after him for lying all this time and leaves him. The hot chick with the Spider-Man tattoo, out of there. But who's waiting in the wings? Who are we seeing Spider-Man kind of, get a little chummy with? Mary Jane. So are we going to end up exactly where we were before Brand New Day? Possible. So that's another key point that happens during this whole Spider Island thing. Something else that I want to mention here. So we got Venom and all that. We got Eddie Brock. Eddie Brock's the hero. Anti-Venom's costume's removed, kind of almost sets it up to have Anti-Venom there. Something else that happens, and another key point here, and this is the part that I'm less excited about. First of all, the Jackal dies in the storyline because the Spider Queen kills him. But then later on we learn, oh shit, no, he's not dead. That was a clone. Of course, because the Jackal has like 50 clones. So it wasn't the real Jackal. But the real Jackal says, oh boys, I got some shit planned for Peter. So you're like, oh yes, bring in the clones. You remember I told you that one of the evil Spider-Man henchmen, evil grotesque spiders that was with Jackal is actually Kane, one of the original clones? Well, he gets cured by Anti-Venom too, so he's just Kane again. So now we have the spider clone Kane back in the storyline. And Marvel actually launched a book with him. So it's like the fucking Scarlet-Spider all over again. Now I know he's not Ben Reilly, but he's pretty much as close as you're going to get to it. So it's like, oh my god, it's happening all over again. The Clone Saga. Why is it happening again? Why do you have to go to that well? Not only is that well dry, it's so fucking... it's so dry. It's like Betty White's vagina. Just get the fuck out of there. Alright, I'm okay now. I'm okay. So, Key points. Alright. Let's stick with those. Anti-Venom's gone. Number 1. Kane is back. So the Spider clones are back around. The Jackal's back. Spider-Man's identity can be learned again. Spider-Man breaks up with Carly Cooper, and he looks like he might actually end up with Mary Jane. What a shock. Also, Aunt May and her boyfriend, Jay Jameson, J. Jonah Jameson's dad, move away to Boston. It's in Boston now. So Spider-Man, or the Spider, I don't know if the Spider clone's going to end up in Boston or not, or end up, I can't tell you yet. You'll learn later what happens. But, so we got like New York and we got Boston. So we got both of them now going on. Tale of Two Cities. Interesting. So, this whole Spider-Man, Spider Island, all it was in reality was a big cop-out in order to bring back the clone. That's all it was, because even Spider-Man breaking up with Carly and almost ending up with Mary Jane, all that stuff happens here, like here in the Aftermath, which is actually kind of a neat looking cover, because it's a nod to Amazing Spider-Man number 50, first Kingpin, Spider-Man No More. It all happens here, and all the pre-shit, everybody getting infected in that jackal, that happens here. So in reality, all this was a fucking huge gong show in order to give us back a clone and to take the powers away from Anti-Venom. That's Spider Island for you, man. That's what it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's what it is. So, I guess I'm happy with the Venom thing and all that. Happy that Anti-Venom's gone. Hopefully we'll get Venom again. Not happy with the clone. Happy it's kind of back to normal where you can learn his identity, although apparently all these people still knew. What the fuck, even the Jackal knows. But at least it's starting to have some kind of resemblance to what it was before. Or it's going in that direction, which is okay, I guess. Except for the whole clone the clone stuff's got to stop. Yeah, so that's pretty much my review. Or my 101, I should say. It's almost a review, but we'll call it a 101 of Spider Island. I'm going to be doing a lot more comic book videos. And since we got 3 big comic book movies coming out this summer, I feel all comic booky. And I feel you guys deserve more 101s and more rants. So I'm coming full tilt at you, man. Like, there's no tomorrow. Like, you are going to have so much comic book information in your brain, you're going to his brain's going to blow right off. But it's for you guys, because I've heard what you said. You want to see more of it, and I'm going to deliver more of it, because in the end, it's all about you. I don't watch my own shit. It's for people who watch it. So that's cool. Keep in mind that good things are coming. Keep subscribing, keep following me on Twitter, all that wonderful jazz. And until next time, take care, guys. Later.